what do you do about the people that were like, who like tuned in at 6:30? Like, do you let them know somehow that we're running late, or they're just sitting there?
We didn't tell anyone that we were doing it at 6:30.
We made last minute pleas for viewers 15 minutes ago.
I see.
Right.
So nobody knows. So most people are just going to watch this recorded on
most
YouTube.
likely. But
the tried and true, the dedicated.
We are now live, and I guess what I can do is I can do a quick live on Instagram. Like I did this once before, and we have 3 people watching. No, they don't have a schedule. Philip in our chat said. So I'm gonna let's see.
Nice. Should I do a live thing on Instagram too? But
yeah, I think
I'll do one too.
Should I do one too?
There you go. Yes.
But it means I can't do it on the same device, right? Or do I have to leave the meeting to do it?
I doubt you can do it on the same device. Hello, everyone watching us. We have 6 viewers. All right, I'm live on Instagram right now on Toy Geeks. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up that we are now live on YouTube. We have 7 people watching us now, we're just telling the world that that you guys should come join us. Because we're going to be doing the live stuff with Dove right now in regards to his New York Comic-Con 2020 haul. So if you guys are watching this, go check it out. It's going to be awesome. We will see you on YouTube, which is youtube.com/the Toy Geeks Network. And just to say hi to everyone right now. We've got a few people joining. So yeah, we just wanted to tell you guys we're live on YouTube right now. We want you guys to definitely come in and join us. youtube.com/the Toy Geeks Network.
All one word.
All one word. Just so you guys, let me see if I can flip the camera around.
www.YouTube
www.youtube.com/the Toy Geeks Network. We've got Scott Cherry joining us.
Hey.
We've got Janky.
Yay.
Janky Toys. And we've got the man of the hour, Dove, which is not here.
He was here.
he was left. Here. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Tubid Hack. We've got 4 people watching us on YouTube right now, and we've got 4 people watching us on Instagram.
Is it the same 4 people? Because
if so, it might be the same 4 people. We don't know.
Come to YouTube.
And now we're down to 3 people on Instagram and 5 people on YouTube. So clearly, we're probably transferring people over. So I'm going to switch back over here to YouTube, and I'm going to be, all right, guys, please continue to join us. We're going to be on YouTube Live right now. Check us out on youtube.com/the Toy Geeks Network. Check out our live feed, and we are going to be talking about all the cool products that Dkeycon will be showing during New York Comic Con edition. And I think we've got some really cool toys. So thanks, Magoob Toys for joining us. So we'll see you guys on there. Bye. Bye, Instagram. See you on YouTube.
Magoob has one of my favorite releases this year. We'll get there, but it's real good. Also, hey, Scott, Samantha in the chat says congratulations on your Kickstarter.
Well, thank you very much.
And Philip says hi. Hey, Philip.
Hello, Philip.
All right. So I think welcome everyone who's joining us on the YouTubes. We've got 12 viewers, 13 viewers.
Look at that. Lucky number.
There you go. Did Dove disappear to promote? Maybe he's
I'm assuming.
Thank you, Philip.
Yeah, DKE started a live video, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We
could all do a reaction party where we watch Dub's video live and react.
I know, that would be amazing.
Oh, the Muggses are here.
Hey,
Ashley and Greg. Hey. Another good release this year. I've seen everything already, so I'm just gonna sit here and. It's a good class. This NYCC release class is a good.
I've seen a couple of things which I'm excited about, but I really want to see what Dove is gonna show, because he has some history behind these things.
Yeah, I've seen most of it, but and then I was gonna go look at all of it before, but I got the hefty 5-minute notice. You want to do Toy Geeks? Yeah,
you do, buddy.
I was in the middle of doing my first ever Inktober, and I thought, well, it's a good reason to procrastinate even more.
Do you want to show your progress?
It's in the other room.
Hey, everyone.
All right.
We got 18 viewers, guys.
This is amazing.
We've got a real show going on here.
Now the pressure's on.
Just saying hi. If you have any questions during the show, please feel free to ask anything in the chat. I think me and Janky are kind of keeping an eye on it, doing our due diligence. Any insults directed toward Dove will definitely be told to
Come
him.
from Scott.
They will be archived and cataloged. And...
There you go.
And turned into future bootleg toys.
Any and all insults toward Dove, we will definitely tell him what you have to say. No fear. So feel free to share. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we have to wait for Dove to actually come back. So yeah, getting some heavy viewership here, like 16 people.
We're down to.
No, now we're up to 19.
Are we up to 19 now?
Yeah. 20.
Oh yeah, we are.
This welcome to a show called "This Is How Many People Are Watching." We'll
Right,
live update the number of how many
every
people are
couple of
tuning in.
minutes. We'll update you and give you the count.
Every 45 seconds, I will.
Now, Dove does know all he has to do is tell people that we're on here, and then he's supposed to come back, right?
He might be knocking on doors. He might be.
Thank you, Philip.
Emailing each person individually. Ah, sweet. Let's get those Reddit people.
Let's do this.
Woo. So what's up with you, Ben? How's everything going in the Dkeycon world while we wait for Dkeycon world?
Everything is moving very slowly along for Dkeycon. We're making the final arrangements with Pop Shop Live to do everything through them. There's a lot of technical aspects that are still being built. There's my kid right there. And then so tickets will probably go on sale next week.
That's exciting.
And then we're gonna do a announcement of vendor lineup probably the same day that we do the ticket announcement. And we're just kind of finalizing things. And then we're also doing the booklet still, which VIPs will get a printed version of the booklet. And this is fantastic. This is my life. Yeah. Now imagine this, me in a meeting with a major bank, and this is happening behind me.
I think that's just the new norm at this point.
That's just my life right now.
It's adorable.
But at least he's wearing a cause shirt, right?
The thing is that those bankers that you're talking to, like, they have to deal with the same shit. So
I want to see is like do the wave or the worm or something.
Leo, do the worm.
Yeah, that's a better word.
Good enough. All right. Well, Dad's got a show now, so can you go and close the door behind you, please? Okay. Thank you. Bye.
We're doing a serious show about toys. All the children must leave.
Us grown men have to talk about toys.
Yeah, the grown men are talking about toys.
So you children toys. Leave the room.
Hey, Magoob is in the chat. Hey, Magoob.
So
it was really frustrating because I went on to Instagram. I have to do my little spiel there about how people should leave Instagram and go to YouTube.
Right.
But then I do it, and then I hit it for the video to post.
Yeah.
And then it says it's not a minute long. I was like,
It has to be at least a minute long.
In order to post a live video to your feed, yeah, because otherwise, if it's like 30 seconds, you just post it in the regular. I don't know. Anyway, I had to do it 3 times to get it right.
You must follow our arbitrary rule,
or else the algorithm will not pick up your video and show it to anyone.
Yes. 1 minute.
Let's all talk like this.
The best part is that was a pretty good preview of Dkeycon is watching Dove post social network videos. We do a lot of that at Dkeycon.
And then Jenky puts up a graphic saying, "This is Dove on
You're watching
Instagram."
Dove post on Instagram Live.
Who is Lord Sphincter?
We know Lord Sphincter. We've sold his toys before.
I know.
He is family.
Good. I love that we can say the statement, we know Lord Sphincter with like a straight face.
Don't make fun of Lord
Sphincter.
And Robert Lindgren is here. Hello, Robert. Hello, Paul.
Welcome.
All right, guys. Well,
we say your name.
Yeah, well, if you say hi, we say hi.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of live. It's amazing. It's fantastic. So we might have a few people join us later on, but I think we can get this party started. So, Dove.
Yeah.
You're doing it again, aren't you?
What am I doing?
You're doing it again. You didn't learn your lesson the first time.
What was that? What lesson was that, Ben?
You did DKECon.
Yeah.
Live for, what is it? 3 days.
For San Diego?
It was
for San Diego, it was 5 days.
Oh my God.
San Diego was 5 days. So we set up the booth and we did 5 days. And now New York is 4 days. So starting October 8th, we will be here with the booth set up right here next to me. And we will be live, keeping show hours 10 to 7 every day, except for Sunday, 10 to 5. And we got interviews booked with all sorts of people.
Nice.
And yeah, should be fun. We got
awesome.
We'll have a giveaway every day at the end of the day. So all you have to do is be present, and you could win some cool stuff. I think last time we gave out over $1,000 worth of stuff at retail value.
Over $1,000 worth of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every day, I don't have the schedule in front of me, which is a silly thing for me to do. But every day at 11 o'clock, we have surprise releases. So stuff that are not stuff that we're going over right now, but things that are small editions of 10 or less. There's some artists sometimes just send us some leftover stock of some cool sold out stuff and say, here, I got 5 left of these. So that stuff we will be offering. We'll have some giveaways. We'll have the interviews. We'll have a few very interesting surprise segments from some people that doing some fun, entertaining things.
How do people win? How do people win a prize? So.
Well, the contest this time, what's the name of the contest, guys?
It is
Barbarian Rage's Dungeon of Death and Prizes.
So there you go. So we tapped Scott here to handle the giveaway.
You have to traverse the Dungeon of Death and Prizes.
That
your
sounds
fate
like you
and
have to battle
prizes.
Dove to the death just to win a bootleg figure.
That might be the Sunday
That's
night
part of
event.
it. Dove is the boss. He's the boss fight.
Reenact the cable guy in the warehouse of the DKE.
That's the end of the night where we just do what's the movie with the Rick Moranis and they're doing
Spaceballs.
with the hockey and
Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. So we're just gonna like just totally like dive into the booth and just explode.
I thought you meant Spaceballs, where he was having the action figures make out, because that'll probably happen.
Strange Brew is where the guys in the mental institution dressed up in the full hockey gear, and then they had to try and get into the net.
They got pushed into the net.
They
were mind controlled. Scott and I could probably do a full 3 hours on Strange Brew.
Okay.
Now, Doug, last time you actually allowed people to come by the studio to shop and talk to you. Mm-hmm. Are you still doing that this year?
We're not offering it, but during checkout, there is an option if you don't want to pay for shipping to do a
pickup,
to stop by and do a pickup. So people who want to do a pickup can still do a pickup and just schedule it with us, and they can stop by. But as far as stopping by and shopping, I mean, if someone really wants to do it, you can.
3 people died last time.
Yeah, right. There were a few people who stopped by, but they were all people who had ordered previously and just wanted to come pick up their stuff, and then they ended up picking up something else. So didn't seem like a viable option, not advertising it. But if you really want to come say hi, I mean, we're not going to say no, but
all right, well, people want to see the figures. What do you got? What kind of goods are we talking about here?
All right.
Let's get to it.
At number 1.
We got all night here.
Woo! More Scotsy!
Wow.
Dude.
It's amazing.
So this is a character that looks surprisingly like Forrest Gump, but of course is not Forrest Gump with his little...
I don't know. That kind of looks like Forrest Gump and the box of chocolates, Dub.
Maybe. Anyway, these are same prices that they always are. They're $100. This can be a signed and numbered edition of 100. And what's fun is on the back, it shows the figures for the rest of the year. So this is going to be the Dkeycon figure right there.
I saw Lance working on the ad.
Is that one? That wasn't on there before. Charlie Brown?
That's going to be a Gallery 1988 for Christmas.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And anyone who ordered these large pieces from Gallery 1988, they're almost done. We're going to start painting them really soon.
I saw Lance working on the ads today. They're incredible.
Crazy.
Those are usually the first ones to go, huh, Dove?
Godzilla was the most popular.
Interesting.
I'm saying from Dkeycon. Those are usually the ones, not the big ones.
Just the showdowns in general?
Yeah, those are usually the first to go.
It depends what we do. They all sell out eventually. The Office Space one, Milton and the Stapler, I think sold out in 15 minutes for San Diego. There's other ones that we've done that have sold slower, like when we did Misery. That was
left. People are asking, Doug. Do you have any of the older ones left?
We have nothing left.
Nothing
of the older ones. No.
You got to get your Scott C when you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what we did last time is we had all these boxes of backstock, and we spent a lot of time with me going through backstock. Most of that stuff was sold to that company in China, Polyphony. But we did buy 2 collections recently. So when the store goes live, there's going to be about 50 just one-of-a-kind toys that we basically bought back from collectors. So
previous DKE releases?
Who's that? Where did he come
from? Some are DKE releases. Some are pieces that artists have bought. Collectors have bought from artists directly. Like we always get in like Suckler pieces and killer bootlegs. And
just
like
in
that.
general, Dove, as a question to you, before we go on to more items, if people have older bootleg figures, especially ones that maybe you've sold or artists that you work with have sold, can they contact you if they want to, like, let's say, sell off a couple of pieces and talk to you about selling them?
Sure. I mean, we buy collections. I mean, we still buy Star Wars toys. Like, yeah, I mean, we resell toys all the time.
We'll talk.
This is a large part of our business here, but definitely, like, you know, if you have boxes of Star Wars or old Simpsons toys, or
I got an old Weequay sitting around. How much you give me? How much for an old Weequay?
$1.
Uh-huh.
That's
Can I
the,
show
that's
up
the other
at
thing
the-
you need to remember. I think I once offered you a box of
You
Star
offered me a
Wars.
box of those fucking cup toppers from KFC and Taco Bell, and you're like, Dove, I have a whole set. Like, what do
whole
I do
set
with it?
with the posters and the
And
pods and everything.
I'm like, I'll give you like $5 because it'll be hard to get like 10. And you're like, I don't know, dude. And I said, why don't you just put it in the store, put it on the shelf, just put $20 on it. Someone will take it. Like, I bet you it's still sitting in a box.
No, we sold it on Pop Shop Live.
Did you really?
And
Yeah,
how
I think
much
we
is
sold
this-
it for $30 on Pop Shop Live.
Wow.
There you go.
Nice.
The problem with that thing is it's 12 cups and 12 cup toppers and
12
straws.
cups, 12 straws, 12 pop top, and then we got the pogs and we got the posters that go with it. The 4 poster set.
So when I would get those, like if I took them to like Star Wars Celebration or a convention, they take up this much shelf space.
Yeah.
And you sell it for like 20 or $25, and it's like it's not worth this. And then to ship it. So luckily you sold it on Pop Shop Live, because otherwise, if that person bought it for $30, they'd have to pay another $25 to ship it all, because all of those heads, it takes up a huge box.
Yes.
I
Yes.
hate those things, man. It's just like in the pantheon of like Star Wars toys like that, those things just suck.
Well, what else? What else do you have?
Gosh.
All right, so here we have a collaboration with the Hip Hop Trooper and Ron English.
Oh my
doing
God.
Wow.
you can see the little stripes there and his little gold bling. And while it's always signed by Ron English and numbered on the back, the Hip Hop Trooper has also signed a sticker on the front.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Whoa.
That's awesome. How much are those up?
Those are 100. It's an edition of 100. This is one of the figures like the Scott C that we put up for pre-order. So a little more than half are gone. They're not on the site now, but the remainder will go up on what's October 8th at 10 a.m. So they should not last too long.
It's next Thursday, right?
Cricket's back.
Damn cricket.
Cricket.
They're everywhere.
All right, so this is our first time working with Yo-Yo-Dine Toy Division, and this is the American Scythe Lord.
So it's a play on American Psycho.
And he's got a clear plastic cape.
That's what makes the whole toy. Was giving it the clear plastic shape.
That's
that is funny.
Buy that.
And then he used the Japanese style poster on the back, which is pretty
nice.
fantastic.
And then you do the variant with the blood splatter.
Haven't gotten there yet, Scott. Settle down.
Okay.
Spoiler.
So this edition of 20, they're $45, and again, this first time we've worked with Yo-Yo-Dine. His name's Scott Deeming from Canada. So there you go.
Nice.
Card art on that is great. Did he do the art as well for the card?
Yes, he did, as far as I know.
Awesome.
All right, and then one of our favorites is Edwin Salas. He's doing 2 tribute figures.
Wow.
He's doing this gay empire on this
Look at that.
piece of wood here. So he's hand stenciled the art, and then the figure, we only glue the top of the blister here so you can slide it open, and then he is hand carved each one. This is not cast.
Oh, wow.
So each one is hand carved and articulated and painted, signed and numbered. This edition of 20, they are $80. And because we did a Suck Lord, of course, we also have to do a Phantom Star Killer.
Right. I mean, that piece is so well done.
I mean, the cape, it's just... And Edwin Salas is one of my favorite people.
He's amazing.
So is that, are all of the card backs, are they all individually painted?
Yep. Part of it's stenciled. So the logo is stenciled, but you can see the Star Killer there.
Sure. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Hand painted. The Sucklord is entirely, I mean, the figure is hand painted, but the back here is all stenciled.
Mm-hmm.
How many figures would you say there are that are, aside from actual Sucklord figures, like actual tribute figures of the Sucklord?
It's funny because tribute figures started way back in the day. 2-Bit Hack did them, Kill did them, Killer Bootlegs. Everyone kind of did their tribute figure. But now it's kind of a thing. Like every show we have 1 or 2 tribute figures.
But especially the Sucklord.
Well, he's the godfather. He's the one who started it.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, so everyone, and there are very few gay empires. Most of them are the Sucklord himself. But yeah, it's kind of like a rite of passage, is doing your own, Sucklord tribute figure. All right, next thing are the Street Wars figures.
Those are cool.
Our buddy Fat O from Thailand.
Nice.
Check
these are.
out.
I love these. I'm obsessed with this series.
This one, so we had a version of this before with red arms. Now he has done this one in black. This is an addition.
The black ones. I like that.
It's a real, well, check out the Vader, because the Vader has white.
My gosh.
He's also wearing a little COVID mask there.
Oh my God.
Is a COVID mask over his mask?
Not quite. So it's signed and numbered edition of 100. And then there's the sparkle. It's not really easy to see, but there's some candy in that paint there. You can see that.
Wow.
So those are 85 each. And
But
then
before you move on, show the card back on that one, because he keeps upping his game with like now the cutout card backs and the.
Well, he's found laser cutting. So you can see the burn marks on the back. Wow. So
that's cool.
So it actually looks die cut.
That's awesome.
So great.
And then he signed them all on the bottom, and he hand numbers them and signs the card right there. And then the last
go for, Dove.
They're 85.
85. Now, has the price gone up because of the popularity, or has it all been 85?
I think it went up like $10 or $15.
Okay.
Now the previous ones, if you got them from him, from Thailand, I think they were $60, 65, but then you had to pay DHL shipping from Thailand. So it ends up being a better deal. These could be $100, and if they were 100, they would still sell out. I mean, and while these two are repaints, the Yoda, he has done a totally new sculpt.
Oh my gosh.
I love that figure. It's so, the striping on the arm.
The striping on the arm, and Yoda's just like in the store, like shopping jackets.
More jackets.
Just
more jackets must have.
Really fantastic, and the cards signed on the back. Just really, he delivers every time.
I'm really hoping for a Dengar. I really want eventually a Dengar in a puffy coat.
Well, we're not going to have a Dengar yet.
That's a deep cut. It'll take a minute.
Once you start the bounty hunters,
I don't know if he wants to keep doing these. He's going to have three more. He's going to have 3 more for Dkeycon that are totally new sculpts.
Oh,
and then beyond that, I've seen the photos. They're amazing. There's like C-3PO, and he's got like a turntable built into the jet. Like they're fantastic, and I can't wait to show you guys that for Dkeycon. But beyond that, I don't know. Like, can this line keep going? Probably.
Yes.
I don't know if he wants to keep doing them.
I mean, I get it. with severed limbs, I got bored after 9 and I didn't want to do them anymore. I blame the guy for wanting to move on.
Come on, how many characters are in the Star Wars universe? Everybody needs a jacket.
Everyone needs a puffy jacket.
Maybe he doesn't want to be known as Puffy Jacket Guy.
That's exactly it right there. Is
Too late.
you know, even though everyone demands it, you get sick of doing.
Embrace it.
You know,
Dangar,
Ben doesn't care. He just wants
Dangar,
Dangar.
just do the Dangar, and then we
Dangar.
can move on.
All right, moving on here. Here is Fire Fett
Yeah.
by Medusa's Wild. It's an edition of 20. They're $55, and this is Mr. November. So you know what's going to happen if we sell all 20 of these.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to get Mr. January and Mr. February and Mr. March. Yeah, because that's what you need.
People are requesting a puffy jacket AT-AT.
Yeah.
I seen she mounts toys directly onto like her zines. She should have the toy mounted onto a calendar. Yeah.
Stop giving her ideas, please.
Wow.
Have that one for free. That one's really good. That's
I
funny.
love her. Every time she puts out a new figure too. She's another one. Every time a figure comes out, she's just getting better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And then her hubby, Mug Costanza here, has Mandos in Action, and this is based on I forget which country. Are these Brazilian GI Joe figures? And he has the fantastic back here that we always love. It's his museum card. It says Mandos in Action, Steel Mando, hand cast resin, lacquer, paper, cardstock.
So
and then what he did with this one, so you can see that inside here is kind of recessed. You're like, what's going on? What's going on? And watch this.
Oh,
whoa.
you madman.
Whoa. So
there you go.
I'm not going to shoot it, but it does have a rocket firing mechanism and comes with a rocket.
I'm glad he did this because he goes to the trouble of articulating so many of his figures that are just mounted on cards with
and then you can't play with them because they've been mounted.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion many times. It's like he just knows inside that like he put in the time and it works.
And also it's hard to like hand make a resealable blister. Like I've seen people glue magnets onto the card or glue Velcro directly onto the card. That looks really good. That's really
it's actually
sort of a great
for all
way
you
to do
people
that.
that make toys out there. It's actually on our list of things to do is to make a resealable clamshell that has a cavity for a figure and that you can fit a 6x9 piece of paper or a piece of card in. Unfortunately, it's going to. Unfortunately, the tooling is like it's going to be like $5,000. It's just because it's a big tool, right? So it's imagine it has to fit a 9-inch card plus the border, and then it has to open. So the tool is freaking huge, and then we have to order 10,000 pieces. I don't know what they're going to be, but I need to make them so that vintage Star Wars collectors can use them. So what they can do is they can take, if they have a Kenner card that doesn't have the figure mounted, that they can put it in and then take the loose figure and put it in and make it look sort of like a sealed figure. And
if you made a Kickstarter for that, or the toy community would fund that in seconds. If you had I mean, you do have the means to do it.
Yeah, Kickstarter.
You could get it funded tomorrow.
Right. It's not the $5,000 that's the problem. It's the amount of time that it will take to recoup. That is the biggest issue. And even if they end up being $2 each or $3 each, I think it was $5,000 for the tooling. Then you have to buy, another 10,000 pieces. So it just could take years to recoup. But I didn't.
Whatever the price is, I'm telling you, everyone will go bananas over them. I have this thing, this little resealable thing. Whenever I put a toy out with this resealable, no one ever cares about the toy. My messages all fill up. Where can I get that blister? Where I get this? Everyone wants the blister.
And that means I have to start painting the back of my figures, and I'm just not into that.
And then the next thing on the list is, we do make, if anyone out there needs blisters, we make blisters that most of the artists in the scene use. Not always, not everyone, but we have standard sizes that work for most people. But the clamshells that exist out there are, unfortunately, when the recessed area behind the flat part doesn't create a flat enough area to actually glue it to a piece of cardboard. And so, hey, Ian, can you hand me that blister right there?
It does. So, by the way, the last two figures, people are asking how many pieces and how much.
Which one? The Fire Fett was $55 and 20 pieces, and Mando's in Action also $55 and 20 pieces.
Okay, so the last two, both of them, only 20 pieces and $55.
So what I would like to make is this in the size of a normal 3 3/4 inch blister without this hanging part. So it could be glued on the back. And what's neat about this here is that it's flat. And so the recessed part is on the side. And the problem with the other pieces out there is that you could only glue the outer edge. So I think that is also will be a game changer for a lot of people, because there are resealable blisters, and I'll show you the next figure that we have here called Binxy.
I have that sticker up, yeah. That's,
okay, so
figure.
This is by Figure Fetish, but we're going to talk about his blister for a second before we talk about his figure. So if you see, there's this area here. This one has a flat back, but this is actually designed for like a Hot Wheel, right? Yeah. And you see that a packaged Hot Wheel, and he's cut off the top little hanger there just to make something. And it's got the little,
recycle
PETE recycle thing. It's like it's a package for something else. And as so many of the figures out there are, back in the day, you'd have to go to the store. People would go to the hardware store, and like they'd have a figure and they'd find something for $2.99 and buy 20 of those, and they'd pull it apart, and whatever the bolts or paper clips that it came with, they'd throw those out and use that blister.
Vacuform, Doug? People are saying, what about the Vacuform?
When you manufacture these, it is a form of Vacuform, but you have to make a steel mold. And
is it hard to get your own Vacuform machine, like a small one, or
you can? There are people who have them. Rika, I will show you what a Vacuform blister looks like. Rika generally makes all of his own, and you can get a tabletop machine. It hooks up to a vacuum cleaner. So it's like sucking the air, and then you heat up the sheet, and then but you have to make your mold, your chub, or whatever it's called. Like, there has to be something in the shape of this that you make out of wood or plaster. So this has to be, or metal, and then a flat piece of plastic. Go on YouTube and just watch the process, and then you heat up the plastic, and you put the sheet of plastic over the form, and then there's little holes, and it sucks the air and sucks the plastic around the shape, and then you pull this thing off.
Again, those guys, they make it look so easy, and I made like a tiny one and burned my fingers, and
poor Scotty
burned through himself. A bunch of that PETG. It stinks. You set plastic on fire, and
it's true.
It's a horrible experience. And
so there's some
people that do it.
There's some people who have to do it because they're making 50 figures of something that, and a blister does not exist. But my advice to anyone making toys out there is always find the blister first. I have so many people who come to me and like, hey, I made this toy. Do you have something of this size blister? And I was like,
I need a 13-inch blister.
Sorry, dude. Okay, let's give Figure Fetish his due here. This is the first time that he has done a figure with us.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, he always gets creative with his packaging, and I really like him a lot.
You He sure does. He's been in our art shows, but he's never had a con exclusive. So this is his debut.
Cool.
Binxy.
Mm.
It's an edition of 40. It's $55. Has a resealable blister there. And it's our favorite street artist and Gungan combined. What everybody needs.
Very cool.
Moving on. Mallow Toys here. Noticed her work online very early on. Her name is Marin, and this is her All Sorts Tuscan Raider, which is an edition of 20 and is $45.
Nice.
Is that candy called All Sorts?
Yeah, it's a British thing. If you look it up, it's kind of a generic term. They're just called All Sorts. And
I was wondering, why is it called All Sorts? And
It looks like black licorice.
yeah, it's gross. I don't like it at all.
It's like bright and
it's pretty,
but the candy looks utterly disgusting.
That looks delicious.
Yeah,
that looks awesome. Yeah, now that's
oh my god.
So what's interesting is like if you look at her feed on Instagram, she makes no mention to her gender whatsoever. Just none at all. And her quote here, she said, "I've never been called bro, dude, guy, chief, etc. so much in my entire life. I made this one as a kind of obnoxious homage to the concept because girls like action figures too."
This
Awesome.
one?
This one. This is Darth Cupcake.
Who's the artist of this one?
Mallow Toys.
Oh, toys.
Oh, so it's the same person.
Yes.
I love
Killer cupcake, bro.
Get the
That is-
ladies representing.
Now that one was 45, the cupcake?
Cupcake is 50. The All Sorts Raider was 45. They're
And how many cupcakes?
25.
I really like that cupcake.
That
Yeah,
cupcake
I do
is
too.
awesome.
I do too.
The die cut card on it.
The dude who made that cupcake really did a great job. You should tell him.
Ben. You got it.
Ben's incorrigible.
All right. And here is the Deadly Cult Evangelist.
Yes.
Now, if you look at that card there,
Hey,
Oh my god.
who is that?
you can see all the members of the cult.
Who's right next to him?
Oh my gosh.
I
I'm
saw
glad-
that the other day and I was like, wait, is that me?
I'm
Well,
glad they put you and I next to each other, Scott. So we can,
how do you think I felt when I read this and I was like, I looked at the figure, I was like, is that supposed to be me?
It's me.
And he's holding a little like pink Sucklord figure right there. And I thought that was cash in his hand, but it's not. It's a little green demon. I'll read you the back. It says, "Do you know anyone who's over 15 and has a toy or comic collection, knows the difference between an AT-AT and an ATST, regularly likes to loudly say cowabunga, owns thousands of cards but doesn't play poker, can list the Star Trek movies and series in order, wants to buy a 6-foot-tall Godzilla, has other similarly bizarre expectations of life? If so, they are a dangerous cultist. They have been drawn into a sinister web of darkness and depravity by a dangerous cult. Their aim is to entice victims with fun and games. Toys and comics may look like harmless fun, especially in the hands of children, but for the cult, they become tools of indoctrination. Clad in gray, their charismatic leader, the evangelist, moves unseen, spreading magically enchanted items disguised as toys and comics. Sound like fun? It's all fun and games until they take your soul." There it is. So this is Philip Page from Slug Industries. Yeah.
Are you trying to say this figure is you?
I was told that it was me.
Slug reached out to me on Instagram not long after.
It comes with a button too.
Oh my gosh.
He apparently stumbled into the Dkeycon feed. I don't know quite how he found it. And his initial reaction was it felt like a cult. He said, I don't know who these people are. I don't know what's going on, but this feels like a cult. And so that's how this toy, literally like 3 days after the convention, he was showing the artwork to a couple of us.
Funny.
But he sent it to me and I looked at it and I didn't realize. And I was like, and then when I got it, I read the back and I said, clad in gray, they're charismatic. I'm like, what?
That's what convinced me. It's you.
And then you look at the card back, and like there's Dan Goodsale and the Sucklord and Killer Bootlegs, and there's Scott and Janky's on there, and there's like, I don't know, he just went through my feed and put a bunch of artists on there.
The thing that tipped me off was Dollar Slice, who unfortunately is right under the ass of your action figure there. So you should get to see him. But when I saw the Dollar Slice picture on it, like,
right there?
Yeah, there he is, right there.
That
was when I was like, wait a minute, I need to look deeper at this thing.
And then,
is that
Sarah
Joe?
Joe? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, is the toy? Is it an original sculpt?
That I don't know.
The body looks like it's repurposed. The face is, I don't know. I'm just looking at it. The face looks it.
Buy all of them and just send them out as Christmas gifts to your cult members. Let's move on, shall we?
Anyway, this edition of 25, they're $70. And this is Slug Industries' first toy with us. I believe he comes from the miniature world.
By the way, Gary Budger
watching
says that he did not approve of his image, and his lawyer will be in contact with you shortly.
Okay. So another debut is from Magoob Toys in Canada, and these are called Space Warps.
These are amazing.
Magoob in the house. Magoob in the house.
Yeah.
What took you so long to hook up with him? He sort of crashed onto the scene, and he's done a lot. Those are that's wild, man.
The first series that he did, which I actually have. So by the time, just because we don't have someone's exclusive doesn't mean like I don't have their stuff in my collection. It's just some people are not ready. Sometimes they don't have time. It's not. I don't know.
They don't want to join the cult.
Yeah, they didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
So his first series was called the Generic Space Movie Figures, and it looked what is the equivalent in the US or those plain labeled market, where it just says paper towel with the stripe, that was whatever brand from
like a yellow packaging with black lettering.
Right. So that was the Canadian counterpart to a store, which he told me the name of, which we will not repeat. Because they sent him a cease and desist.
Wow. Really?
And on the map so quickly. Look at that.
It should have been on yellow stationery with black lettering.
But they were fantastic because Luke just said Farm Boy, and all of them. They were great, and I think he made a series of 8. So this is his new one called Star Warps, and he says it's a signed and numbered edition. So you get all 4 figures matching numbered in a set. And then there's Vader. The card art is awesome, but I'm going to explain to you.
Awesome.
I'm going to explain to you what you're looking at here. He says original 3 3/4 inch action figures were 3D scanned in low res using a free cell phone app. And those models were molded and cast in resin. Each figure was then hand painted with 27% accuracy of the originals.
That's amazing. I was wondering what he was doing there. Yeah.
Every once in a while I hear an idea that makes me so excited to do toys again. And this is one of those ideas, like crappy scanning this. It's just, I'm so into this.
They really are amazing.
Scan this with a free app.
The card art is wild too.
Yeah.
It's just
those are awesome.
Concept.
Look at Chewbacca's eyes. I mean,
That's just so
look at the definition.
Oh,
I love it.
27% paint accuracy.
Love it.
Super affordable. It's a set of 4 with matching numbers out of 20 for $180, and we're keeping track of who buys which numbers, and if there is a second series here, everyone who buys one will have first right of refusal on second series whenever that is available. But this one's a home run for me.
Those are really great. Yeah,
that's very kind of you, Dove, to do that for the collectors, like to give them first right of refusal for the remaining of the set.
it's kind of the person selling stuff to try and sell more stuff to the people who bought stuff.
Well, I mean, you don't do that for the other days. You don't keep track of, like, for instance, you know, the showdowns and be like, okay, well,
yeah, but there used to be 50 showdowns. Now there's 100, and people pick and choose, and they like the movies that they like. Some people are completists. There are a couple customers that we do have that want one, you know, just tell us they want one of every showdown, and one guy is number 46, and he gets every number 46 that, you know, we make. So if that's you should be getting in touch, but most people are not like that. But these figures, the price is right, and in context with each other as a collection, if you have all 12 of them, it's like the sum of the pieces are greater than the whole. Like they work together.
It's what we call a Voltron toy.
I think it's
so much better when you have all of them on display. I mean, the concept just sells so strongly when you see all of these weirdly scanned pop, you know, like Xerox punk poster figures together.
Absolutely.
It's a digital folk art.
Digital.
Yeah.
I like it.
Magoob says
you heard it here first.
Magoob says Trinio, Trinio is the name of the app if anyone wants to go and do shitty scans of your own things.
Nice. Call me. All right, so the next one here is Pizza Ninja or Pizza Turtle.
Oh, cool.
Tone Zone Toys.
Nice.
He's really into like the 90s hologram. He's the one who made it was the mashup of Star Wars and King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And the Beavis and Butthead droids that sold out.
Is there pizza in the toy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Crazy.
Super affordable, $50, edition of 20. Back looks like a pizza box with nutritional information.
What is that? 666 milligrams of cholesterol.
Yeah, but the hologram is what always gets me, because even
the hologram sells it. Yeah,
his previous ones, he nailed the hologram from like the Shadows of the Empire and
oh yeah,
remember, he just kind of really nailed that one. That's really set those Beavis and Butthead ones apart.
Yeah,
okay.
Really cool.
Reaching here for the next one.
Stuff behind you, Jesus! Look at that. What is that?
What?
David Bowie Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, move the camera.
Oh, great! Thanks, Dove.
You can't.
Oh, sorry.
What is that? What is that, David Bowie?
I think Flab Slab made that. Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
So there's a black one in the
See that.
corner.
Right.
It's a political thing. I believe that I forgot. I'm sorry. I think it was the Prime Minister of Singapore.
That probably is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
You know, I like political art with Star Wars references, and so that one
To do without Bowie.
and then he's like, we're making a David Bowie version. Do you want one of those? I'm like, okay, I'll take one of those too.
Just for Doug.
Sucker. All right, this one is called Weed Wars Wolfblood. And this is by Eddie Kess, who runs his own tattoo shop out in Pennsylvania, I think. His company name is Resin Blood. It's called Raw Power Tattoo in Pennsylvania. And this is the first. He had a really cool Misfits. Man, I wish I had it next to me. It was kind of, what do you call the skeleton dude from Misfits?
Crimson Ghost.
Yeah, so it was a Crimson Vader, and it had that whole like punk rock vibe. So this is the first in the Weed Wars series.
I've never heard of him.
First time.
Oh.
All right.
How much are those, Duff?
Sorry, I'm failing my job here. It's edition of 20, and there's $50 each.
$50.
And then Pumpkin Pop Toys, because I don't know how we managed to get 4 toys by 3 different women in this show, which is woo! Ladies showing up this time.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This one is called "Till Carbonite Do Us Part."
Wow.
Like
I've seen her doing the toys, but I haven't seen it like all put together.
The detailing on the figures is pretty incredible.
And then there's like flash on the back. That's really cool.
I'm sorry?
Is she a tattoo artist?
She is not. Not that I know of. She is a toy artist, Pumpkin Pop Toys. She's from Argentina. It's an edition of 20, and it is $90. And yeah, Han and Leia, it looks surprisingly like her if you look
like
at her Instagram. Yeah. But they both have all their little old-timey tattoos there. Man, I should really get my nails done before I
I think Tom's got a pompadour going on there.
Yeah, look at that.
That's really cool.
Wow, yeah, that turned out really good.
Really nice job she did.
Yeah.
All right, Uppercut Party Toys here. Here's another one.
I saw this, dude. This is cool. Wicked, man.
I like this a lot.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
If you don't know,
super rad.
If you don't know, I think I'll read you the back. It will explain. Russia, 1991. With the collapse of the USSR, the Iron Curtain parts and Star Wars debuts in Mother Russia for the first time ever. The promotional poster advertising the release, seen on the front of this card, was somewhat unrelated to the source material, and by somewhat, we mean pretty much entirely. The attached action figure is inspired by this art, with the film's title and the character's name, Kauka, being Russian for cat, reimagined to reflect the propaganda of the fallen communist regime. So if you've ever seen the Russian Star Wars posters, I think there's 4 of them. I have one of them. It's a big like space cowboy collaged out of like electronic parts. Like it has nothing to do with Star Wars. And then there's another one that has this big rock face, this rock creature. Because Star Wars
never-ending story.
Yeah, I don't know, but Star Wars didn't come out in Russia until 1991. But if you look at the detail of the figure and the skull,
yeah, it's wicked, man. The whole thing,
paint job, just theme, everything, kind of home run.
Yeah, he's made some really rad stuff.
I was a little hesitant to, if anyone knows me, if you're a person who calls me and says, "Hey, Dove, do you want to sell this?" I'm usually, my first response is fear. It's like, I don't know. Someone's going to sue us for that one. I'm actually not sure, and I'm not sure if Lucasfilm knows, if they actually own the rights to these Russian posters. I know for a fact that the Polish posters that came out in the 80s, that those releases were completely like stolen, pirated, film prints, because, behind the, what they call the Iron Curtain, like, U.S. businesses were not doing business with, or movie studios were not doing business with the communist countries in those days. So all of the American movies over there were bootleg. So Lucasfilm routinely licenses those images, and they're in their books and on T-shirts and stuff like that. But I don't know. Don't send me mail. And if you're an attorney watching this, don't send me mail either.
How shiny the card back is too.
Scott's like, I'm done with you telling your story. Just look. I like the shiny.
Show us the toys.
Part.
Come on.
I like the shiny part.
Hey.
So do you have all of these? Do you have the?
Yes.
There's a Hungarian poster. That's a Polish. I actually own the original art.
He owns it. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Whoa.
There's the Russian one right there, the rock face. Like, what is that? It has nothing to do with Star Wars.
You just weren't looking hard enough, Dove.
That's a Hungarian. And look at the creature there. Like that's
that's bananas.
Rad.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Polish. There's the Russian one.
Oh my god,
that's
cool
too.
So I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about the Russian one. I was trying to find the art for that. Now that poster is a 3-sheet. It comes in 3 pieces. And if you look really closely at that art, you'll see that the registration doesn't line up, perfectly. So actually Ben's friend Vlad, speaks a really good Russian, and I had him contact the artist, and he contacted the artist, and I said, do you have the original art? He's like, oh, sure, give me your address. And I said, okay, how much do you want for it? He's like, I don't know, you can send some flowers, to my family or whatever. Wow. And I'm like, and he sent me a photo. He sent me a JPEG. Now this JPEG did not have the seam lines in it, right? So any image that you see online or in a book of this has the seam lines, because it's 3 regular sized posters kind of put together, and the poster itself sells for $2,000 to $3,000.
Wow.
And Ben, I'm sure you can read that, right?
Yeah.
But that's Star Wars, and there's nothing Star Wars about it.
Звездные войны, which means Star Wars or Space Wars.
Space Wars, right?
Space Wars.
So I got kind of excited because I thought that the original collage that was photographed for this poster was going to show up in the mail, and I got a tube, and of course it was just the poster. Well, not just the poster. Posters were several $1,000s. So, and then I had Vlad contact him again, say thank you. I sent the flowers to his family. They cost, I don't know why, like the flowers were like $300 or $400. Like, where are the flowers? I don't know what the fuck they were doing with those flowers. But
in Russia, flowers by you.
Anyway, I sent him like he asked, but then I was like, no, I want the original. And he's like, what do you, he's like, someone's translating for me. It's like the original, like the collage that you put together, like not the poster. Like, poster's cool, thank you very much, I'm glad I have it, it's awesome. I had it linen back, so all 3 are together, so it's in one roll, so you can hang it up. But I was like, where is that original collage? And he's like, I don't know, I sent it off to be photographed for the poster, and then probably wound up in the trash. So if you're in Russia somewhere and you have the archive of these, and you have the original hand collaged art for this that was photographed, let me know. Call me. That's another Russian poster right there, which is ridiculous. And
there it is.
There it is. That's the one right there.
Wow.
This piece is such a great example too of, because as soon as I saw it, I loved it. But then you hear the story behind it, which I didn't know, and now I love it even 10 times more than like before.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you always hope. I was always really annoyed. Like, there's like a music magazine, and you start reading like about like the song that someone wrote or about, and it's like, good art is supposed to just be inherently good, and you shouldn't have to have a backstory. But so much of art is subjective, and I just find that once you know a little bit about it, the artist, you have some context for what was going on at the time it was made and who the artist is and why they made it, it just really kind of transforms it. And that's kind of the reason why we do shows like this, and that we do the Dkeycon live shows, is because I can't tell you how many times, like, I do an interview with someone, they're explaining their work and their methodology and how they come about doing this, and then I have 6 pieces left, and then before you know it, like, Ian just yells out, "Oh, we're sold out." It's like, and it's true, because when you learn about, especially like when you go to those other art forms like minimalism and all that kind of stuff, where like someone has just taken like a piece of rope this big and like stapled it to a wall.
That's my favorite kind of art.
And you're like, what is this? Like, what?
Or a banana with some duct tape,
right?
See, but if I like art that pisses off everyone. It's just a piece of rope, and they just like put it on the wall, and it's $500,000, and what? That's my favorite kind of art.
So you like sticking a banana on a wall with duct tape?
That's right.
Dude, when that happened that whole weekend, I loved that.
Scott and I had like a 3-hour conversation about banana, and that you're not buying the banana, you're buying the instruction manual, and it's like the greatest bootleg toy ever. Like,
amazing.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, you're buying like the bragging rights to say like, I'm the idiot who bought the banana that is now black and moldy.
Exactly.
Because that's one of the biggest art festivals in the world. And
well, at least in the US.
Name one other piece. Well, I think you were there, weren't you, Ben?
I was. I actually saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I took a picture with the banana.
Somebody ate it then, right? Like somebody walked up and ate it.
The person who bought it. So I guess the one that I saw was the second or third one. It must have been the second.
I love that there's
bought it,
there's more of them.
Whoever bought it took it off the wall and ate it.
I mean, I guess when you have fuck you money, you can do shit like that. You're
Wow.
like, hey, remember that $1 million banana? Like, I took it off the wall and I ate it.
But the beautiful thing was when you went to Art Basel, and if you go to any of the other art shows, and there's so many going on. There's Pulse, there's Scope, there's Art Miami, there's everything going on in Wynwood. Every place that I went, somebody, even Aqua, was doing a parody of it. It had gotten to be such the big news that I remember I walked by one place where they plastered the whole wall with bananas on taped to the wall. It was incredible.
There was like a run of bananas at the market.
It was just insane. I have plenty of pictures. Every time I ran into one of the parodies, I took a picture of it. It was great.
There were so many bootleg toy versions. I mean, I think Baby Yoda is the only thing that beat the banana as far as like people putting out the next day. There's like, oh, look at my banana toy. Like so many of them came out so fast.
Toy.
Can I ask you a technical question? Are you like in spotlight mode or? I'm just looking at a photo. I'm just looking at a photo of me and you guys are talking. It's kind of awkward.
Well, you're watching it as you're watching a speaker mode, and everybody sees it right now as a grid.
It's a grid, yeah.
Yeah. So, but Dove,
right.
Can you tell us again the Soviet one? How much does it go for? What's the cost on it?
The which one?
The last one that you talked about, the Soviet one.
It's $55, edition of 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah, those are really cool.
I sent you an email on that one, Dove.
Excellent. All right. So the next one is Karate Wars Master Miyagi by Danny Wicked.
You know, the sculpt on that face is really good.
It is.
It's amazing.
It is
I really love it.
Does it come with the bonsai tree?
It does. See,
yeah,
and it's actually a glow in the dark bonsai tree.
It's a hologram.
It's a Force Ghost
that's
bonsai
awesome.
tree.
This is it because I actually own a piece using that same Yoda body with a different Miyagi head. But it's cool to see how different artists interpret kind of like you get this idea. It goes around and like the piece I have is probably 6 or 7 years old.
Well, yeah, because I mean, this is a Taco Bell toy from 1997.
Yeah, and when you add the package, like there was no packaging with the other one. You add the package, you add the bonsai, you add a different interpretation of Miyagi's face. That's the same concept, but it's two totally different toys, and I dig that about it.
I know. I was gonna say, show the back because there's like 100 different mashup pictures.
That's so great.
Like the packaging is very intricate.
Yeah,
that's so good. That's awesome.
Oh my god!
I love the crane kick silhouette with the double sun. The double sun right there.
I like this one in the middle right there. That was Miyagi on his back. That's really good.
Yeah.
This one's $60.
Really
signed and numbered edition of 30 by Danny Wicked, and
super
you know,
cool.
he's the one who did the Bartafinger, and he did the Toy Story one with the T2 Toy Story one with the T1000 like stabbing through Mr. Potato Head. Like always really great concepts.
Yeah,
awesome.
All right, and then our one of our regulars here is Rika.
Nice.
Who has his yak face, Scarface mashup.
Oh my gosh.
He wanted to live in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. He has a yak face army, doesn't he? He's like
he likes yak face. No, actually, a Man-A-Man. That's his favorite character.
Man-A-Man.
Yeah. This is signed edition of 40, numbered edition of 40. They're $55. And then the next one.
Any cocaine?
Sorry, buddy. Is called R2 Tag 2.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
I like it with the gold.
so let's talk about the blister here. This is a Vacuform blister. So he has a Vacuform machine. And in order to get this, he actually has to Vacuform it, and then he's got I think he has to Vacuform the Vacuform in order to create that kind of space. Because otherwise, if you see the contour of a Vacuformed toy, it's usually like right on top of the toy. So to get this effect, he's got to do it over and over again. And I believe that this is, these are silk screened. He laser cuts
or
these.
he probably he takes the toy and probably, like, the way that I would do it is take a toy and then just make a sculpture over that and then vacuum form over that. But I've already told you what an expert on vacuum forming I
am. So R2 Tag 2 is an edition of 25, is $65. We had
is the gold, is that screen printed on there, or is he actually spray painting on there?
That is screen printed. Actually, everything is screen printed.
This is like amazing.
Wow. It's really nice.
The back,
his packaging is always so good.
This is the Rika Pharmaceuticals. That's also screen printed, and then you can see by the burn marks that they're also laser cut.
Cut. Wow, that's really cool. That's really awesome, Rika.
A really expensive show.
What's an expensive show?
This is going to be a very expensive show.
Budgeting his purchases.
See, the more we talk about stuff, the more Janky's like, I need
that one too.
He's adding it all up.
And then his wife just yells at him. She's like, stop it.
Surprise drop. It's a Dengar jacket.
Damn it.
So this
I don't
is
even love
Force.
Dengar that much. I just want to see him in a puffy jacket.
Settle down.
Oh, that's like Action Force.
Action Force, which I think that's a British G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So this is called like Dark Force Commander by Wazi Toys, who is in the UK.
Okay, cool.
Really excellent. He's got the little baton there.
Oh,
awesome.
Doug, they're saying how much was the last figure? I'm sorry. How much was the Rika?
The Rika was different paper. Was $65, an edition of 25.
That was the droid one, right? 65.
Yes.
Okay.
And all of these are posted on our Instagram, or will be by the end of the week. I think we've announced 20 pieces out of 30 so far, so it's all there for you. And
Bad K Media says, "What's up?
How's it going?"
Okay. There you go. That's all you get.
Signed and numbered edition of 25. They're $45.
45.
And the G.I. Joe collectors will.
And Action Force. I always love the Action Force cards because they're so minimal. I dig it. I think they're cool.
I was having a conversation with Toxic Fumes Toys about the G.I. Joe cartoon in Canada. And I said, how did that go? Because I inadvertently said something like a real American hero or something like that. And then I thought about it. I was like, he referenced G.I. Joe. Like, did they say a real American hero on the cartoon in Canada? And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's weird. I don't know. because in the UK, they took G.I. Joe, and in Mexico and Japan, and they completely changed. But the cartoon,
Cobra was the good guys.
No, but I'm just saying to change the cartoon.
Defeat American terrorists.
Once again, those capitalist pigs.
But that happened with the Toxic Crusader figures, because the Toxie figure in the US was holding an American flag, and the Canadian version doesn't have an American flag.
Oh,
if you're a Toxic Crusader collector. Okay, so from our favorite Frank Kozik comes the Watermelon Pimp. Ta-da!
Watermelon Pimp.
Nice.
Third is the word.
And these are editions of 20. There's 5 editions of 20.
Wow.
And they all come in your favorite highlighter colors. Green, orange, pink.
Pink, definitely.
Dayglow blue.
Are they all neon?
Yep.
Ooh, yellow.
So these are $50 each, but if you buy a set of 5, you get a $50 rebate. So they're all editions of 20, signed by Kozik on the back. And so apparently Mao was a huge watermelon fan. And wherever he went, this is according to Frank, he had watermelons flown in, like he had to have watermelon like at every meal or something. So
really, that's
there you go.
I asked for watermelon.
Watermelon.
The bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
I once asked him why it was called that, and when he told me, I was like, "Oh man."
Oh, you're gonna tell everyone? You have to sing the song.
No.
Why is it called the bird is the word?
Sing the song.
Because I can't sing. Someone else needs to.
Come on, Ben, sing the song. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
The word. Bird is the word.
Have
you heard about the bird?
Okay, keep going.
And then he goes.
No, that's not what he says. He says, "Oo mau mau, oo mau mau."
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he says.
Finally, after like 15 years of Frank Kozik,
that's why it's called the bird. Oh my God, I never knew that.
After 15 years of Frank making this Mao with Mickey ears, you finally got the joke of why it's called bird is the word.
Thank you for singing, though, Ben.
Yeah.
My mind.
Yeah. He told me that, and I was like, no, that can't be. And he was like laughing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yes, indeed. All right. The next one is called Country Fried Turtle by Geezer Periodicals.
Country Fried Turtle.
And this is an example of a resealable package that opens. And this is what I would like to do in 6x9. And this can fit a card right in there. And he's also magnetically articulated the figure. Oop.
Nice.
Oh,
cool.
So he's put a lot of work into it. It is only $45 and it's an edition of 20. Yeah.
Do you encourage people sometimes to be like, hey, maybe this should be more money?
No, I try to encourage people to sell stuff as cheap as they can.
Oh, okay.
It is good for I mean, obviously I make more money if stuff is more expensive, but I also don't make money if stuff doesn't sell. So my advice for artists typically is if you think you can get $100 for something, if you think that's your price, you should charge 80 and sell out and look like a superstar. Because if you charge 100 and you only sell 40 out of 50, it's just a perception issue. You know, I always point out the one person who made fun of me in the comments when people laughed at a figure that I was selling, and I said, there's only 10 and I only need 10 people to buy this to be successful. And then, you know, this person's probably watching now, I don't know. And then they're like, you know, oh, that's the standard. Well, that is the standard. If I make 1 million of something and I sell one, I'm an idiot, right? But if I make one of something and I sell it, I'm a genius. You know, it's like.
And who's laughing now?
It's all relative, and especially in art, right? If you're an artist, you paint a painting, you put a fucking banana on the wall, and you sell one piece for $1 million. You're a genius.
That's just it, is if you put that banana on the wall and tried to sell it for $20, no one would have bought it. But he put $1 million price tag on it, and
that's what the Sucklord said at the very first Suckathon when he was selling toilet paper. And he just went to the store. Actually, Sarah went to the store and bought a fucking 24-pack of toilet paper, which he took and never paid us for. And then he just wrapped it with his like pink silk screen paper and sold them for $20. And then people are like, it's toilet paper. Why are you selling this for $20? And he's like, it's conceptual. Like he said the same thing you said, Scott. Like if he sold it for $5, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought one, and that's one of the like Sucklord pieces that I actually still have.
It's an
then
amazing
COVID
piece.
hit and we had to use it.
I did not.
Frank, in case of an emergency.
I begged him to make a COVID edition of the toilet paper.
Yeah, but he couldn't get his hands on any toilet paper.
The cost to manufacture was too high.
All right.
He would have
Moving
had to sell
on.
for $100 a roll.
All right, so this is Apocalypse Y2K by Nekosatsu Toys.
Yeah, Nekosatsu.
Oh, cool.
And there's
She always has awesome packaging.
Yeah.
1999, the year of civilization. And there's a whole story on the back that I'm not going to read you, but you can read all about Y2K. And the funny thing is, she was born after 1999.
God.
We lived it.
Yeah. And of course, Nekosatsu always has a resealable blister, and it is articulated.
Is it magnet?
No, it's not. But
Egg.
move.
Oh, okay.
Also, always very affordable. Where are we at? $45, edition of 20, signed and numbered.
Right.
Stuff's always killer.
Yeah. Execution. Spot on. All right. And then before we get to our art shows, the last one, that's a doozy, is Run the Jabba by Delicious Again Peter.
Wow.
Yeah. Edition
That's,
of 25.
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. This one, as you can imagine, is getting some of the most attention on this and Karate. The Mr. Miyagi Yoda is really, but this is the one that like people are just commenting on and like tagging Run the Jewels. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I need one of those."
Nice. That's fun.
Is it resin and a chain?
It is resin and it is a plastic chain. People are asking like, "Can I wear it?" And it's like, I wouldn't wear it.
How big is your neck?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What's the toy that he bootlegged on that?
I think this was 3D printed, and I don't know if it's off one of those little candy packages. Or
it might be like a scan of the bubble bath.
Maybe. I'm sure he'll tune in here.
I don't know. I'm looking at a picture that's this big on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then the last thing, a couple other things. So everyone who purchases during Dkeycon gets a free yellow and red Sucklord bag if you got the pink one from the last show. Proudly deceiving the public since 1997. Proud idiot supporter of the Sucklord's ego. Put your stuff in. Woohoo.
Since 1997, Nekosatsu was -3 years old.
Rika has sent us these low-hanging fruit.
That's funny.
Who made those?
Rika.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
that's fucking great,
So
man.
everyone will get one of those, provided we have enough. And Garbage Chute Droids have sent us this card.
Oh, cool.
You will get a free
Oh,
Garbage Pail Kids style.
Little,
nice.
That set is great.
It's really great set.
Sets.
And this is actually a coupon, so you get 10% off your first purchase, promo code, if you go buy them. So something to, if you're out there and you make stuff and you make something cool that I can give away for free, it's got to be cool. It can't be like, hey, I want to, do a poster of the, it's like you make a Garbage Pail Kid card, something easy I can throw in each package. You send me 1,000 of them. I will get them into each package. So
Magoo is asking, where's the unofficial Dkeycon shirt?
Oh, where is that? Well, if you go to our Instagram feed or Magoob's feed, you could see the Dkeycon apparel that he created.
What?
That he pays us nothing for. Dick. Yeah. He's like, hey, Dove, look.
I was wondering what that arrangement was.
What happened?
He's like, I made Dkeycon stuff. You can order them in my from I don't know what was it. I think it was on Threadless. So yes, there's 3 styles. They're great. I bought some stickers of all of them because sucker. But yeah, the designs are great. There's one that's a Run DMC logo. one is a CBGB logo, and one is a Beastie Boys looking logo, and they all say Dkeycon, and you can get them. Yes, go onto your Instagram.
They're pretty great.
Yeah. Are you in front of you're on a computer? I'm on a phone, and I can't go away from this to show you. But yeah, very cool. You can get shower curtains and like tapestries and rugs. And
I feel like this is like when you walk out of the Hollywood Bowl and they've got the people like selling the bootleg T-shirts for Morrissey like out front. Like that's the hustle here.
Yeah,
get your bootleg Dkeycon.
I got a bootleg King Diamond scarf, a knitted scarf.
Wow. That's amazing.
So bad.
They're really good.
Are you on a computer? Just go to Instagram, go to my feed, and go just to right before the New York Comic Con stuff, or just go to Magoob Toys if you want. Go to my feed. It's definitely there.
I'm trying to go to your feed right now. Okay, and I see all the.
Okay, before all the little red banners, right before it.
Oh my gosh.
We're all waiting for Ben to search something on the internet. Janky, where's the music?
Welcome to another normal episode of Toy Geeks.
All right, I'm going to talk about another toy here that is not here yet from Toyerist. This is the Boba McFly. This is based on, I believe, the Ralph McQuarrie version of Boba Fett. There's actually a real photo of this white outfit without sans the McFly outfit there. But this is, I believe this is going to be the last in the series because there's already been like a dozen of them. We
could keep going with it though.
I don't know. It keeps selling. We've had, I can't even tell how many we've had. So Thailand-based Tops Toys made these. It's an edition of 50, signed and numbered, and they're $65. They're not here yet. Hopefully they're here by next Thursday. Tops Toys.
Fingers crossed.
If you're asking them now, we are in trouble for next Thursday.
Indeed. Okay. Ben,
hold on. I gotta show this.
But to Jamie's credit, when I did call him out, he said I could have a portion of the proceeds, and I told him not to worry about it. I would get 2 cents out of his 20-cent, commission or something.
Look at these. There's 3 Dkeycon t-shirts.
I mean, if you go through the little feed there's some fantastic logos that he's done. He's a very
that Transformers tape, he made those tapes.
I was about to say the same thing, Scott. There's the lazy robot, awesome. The tape that transformed and never transformed back.
But let's just talk about
Dungeons and Dragons one is. I might have to get that.
But let's just talk about his logo, the Magoob logo. I mean, that's like the Galoob. I mean, that's like my childhood there. That's
very nice.
Thank you everyone for joining us on We Pat Magoob on the Back Hour next week.
All right, so the first of the 3 art shows is called Action Figure Bootleg by Dan Goodsale. And inside is a painting of a boot and a leg.
I love these. I love these.
From G.I. Joe.
Oh, man.
Snake Eyes.
This is a Snake Eyes. He has painted 20 original paintings of bootlegs.
Wow. Bootleg. It's a bootleg.
Oh, they're all hand watercolored. Great.
Are you telling me no one's done a bootleg?
They have now, Scott. They have.
I'm sure someone has, but I mean, the paintings are amazing.
Oh, they're all different. Oh,
they're all different. He found a guy like on eBay that only sells G.I. Joe legs.
It was Kismet.
Here's Scarlet.
No.
Wow. I thought it was going to be 20 Snake Eyes.
The same one.
It's the presentation because it says who it says it's the left or
right.
Scarlet, because apparently he probably has the left one also. It's another Scarlet.
Sure.
Wow. A bunch of bootlegs.
Action figure bootleg Razor Claw. Let's see what Razor Claw is.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
And
So
I mean, they're $50 for an original watercolor.
What?
Yeah.
Ozone.
They're all bootlegs. I get it. Oh my
All
god.
bootlegs. They're not bootlegs. They're bootlegs.
Yeah, they're bootlegs.
So the way the art shows are going to work is you can buy the item online, and then if you hop into the Zoom and just say like, "Hey, I want to choose my bootleg," we'll have them all on the back wall, and then you can choose what you want live in the Zoom.
It's gonna be chaos. I kind of love
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like a feeding frenzy.
it. It's a good thing we're not interviewing Morgan this time, because in the middle of the Sucklords interview, someone's like, "Hey, let me buy a bootleg." Like his reaction would be, "Oh, those are so good."
Amazing.
Okay, I'm not going to show you all of them.
Wow. Yeah, those are
Something
cool.
to your imagination is just
Did he do Chuckles?
Charbroil is pretty good too.
Oh, that's good.
Now that being said, if you have your own G.I. Joe leg favorite character, as with most of our art shows, if sometimes these artists take requests, you can get in touch. So anyway, we have 20 of those available. They're all one of a kinds. And then the Blockwatch captain, Dustin Benzig, has an art show called the Vintage 20. Now, originally, he made us a run, I think, of 20 or 25 Boba Fett's of his handmade sculptures.
Oh wow!
Oh,
So
nice.
But-
cool.
They're
They're
but
so
this-
good.
Amazing.
This time, he has made the first 20 Kenner Star Wars action figures. And we have about 24 pieces. We have doubles of some.
Oh my god, man.
And maybe next time we'll get to Empire, but here's only Star Wars.
Wow.
So cool.
They're all so these are he started making woodblock prints, if you can see. That this was designed to be printed from. But he basically draws on the wood. He's got to cut it out. He's got to sculpt this. He paints it and coats it with the black. He puts the roller on it. If you go to his feed and you watch the painted piece with the raw wood, and then he rolls on the black, and you watch the image kind of like.
How much are those though?
$75.
Freaking bargain.
What?
Yeah.
75.
It's an original
That's crazy.
painting and an original sculpture.
Original
for
sculpture, $75.
$75. Yeah. He's amazing. And then I remember we talked to him at the last Dkeycon, and he's like, well, I have to draw it backwards, so when I transfer it,
Right.
I'm like, you instead of just like using like some carbon paper or whatever, he literally draws it backwards.
Yeah.
So he can transfer it on there. My brain would explode. It already has, but
So, do you have the R5D4 Dove? Because that's my favorite, and Adam Marks is also asking to see
that
it.
Death Star droid is wicked.
Hold on.
This R5D4 it's the jam.
Wow.
How's everyone doing?
Hey, Ian.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
You know that it's almost midnight in the East Coast, and
And they're still hanging in here.
still hanging on.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Oh wow!
Wow.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's
All right,
amazing.
and then our final art show was kind of a coup to get this. I'm a fan of Albert Reyes. He's been on my list of someone I wanted to work with, and then he just kind of like contacted me out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, dude, I want to make figures," and we're trying to figure out like what to do. And so this series is called Give Vader. I sent him 50 blank cards, and he is hand drawn.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow!
On 50 cards, with his signature Albert Reyes style. And they all say "Made in LA, CA 90032," and so there's this little tag on the back.
Cool.
And they're just kind of all over the place. Like, and we gave him the Vader figures, which he also hand painted. Sometimes
That's
you get
cool. Those are cool.
Wow, those are awesome.
So he says, "Hey, I want to make toys." And he, okay, great. He goes, "All right, give me the toys."
He's like, "What can you do?" And it's like,
and I need the blisters too, and the packaging.
I like this one. It just says Knott's Berry Farm. It says, "Everything dies. I want to die when you die."
That's amazing.
That could possibly be.
Are they all the same?
The best toy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Are they all the same price?
Yeah, they're all 150.
Oh, Season of the Witch.
And it says, "There's no going back once you've seen the truth."
But aside from the front, look at the back. All the backs are different.
An original, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so those are really cool. The Knott's Berry Farm one, there's something about it. That's really good.
When you come out of the womb and realize your consciousness has been ripped from the void and placed in a flesh prison to suffer for years, then die.
Wow. I'm impressed. Those are
life
amazing.
Life is not a rehearsal. Don't text and drive. Sex drive.
Makes no sense.
Prepare to be scared. I like this one a lot. It just says, "Hi, Darth. What's up?" It was kind of cool. I sent him the cards, and I told him on the Vaders, why don't we just you can lay them all out and just sprinkle some white on it or just something so we can say you hand painted them. And I just thought I'd give him. Quite often, this is already cheaper than a piece of work of his that didn't have a figure on it would be like in a gallery. So I figured he was just going to do something quick on the Vaders. And he's like, "Oh no." So I went over to his place and I just thought I'm going to sit there with him. And after an hour, he's going to, after an hour, he'll be done and I'll leave with him. He's like, "Oh no, leave him here. I'm going to paint each one." And he really did. He just went in and painted everything.
And that adds such an extra dimension to it that it's not just, it really completes the whole piece that it's a painted figure on the card.
They're not all carded yet. This one just says, "Fuck you, Dad."
the Vans logo on his t-shirt.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That stuff's cool.
Wow.
Can I see the Knott's Berry Farm one again? For some reason, that one just it.
Can I see the Knott's Berry Farm one, please?
It's so good.
That's such a great.
So crazy.
What's going on there?
I don't know. Exile.
Wow.
Oh, incredible.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a burqa? Like what?
Burqa Vader?
I guess.
Sure. Hold on. Laughing through the pain. Oh my god.
Yeah,
how many
he's into
are there again?
50.
Left is the residue.
Okay.
Left the residue.
Wow.
That's a pretty awesome one, actually.
Here's one. FTP. Depression can be deadly. It's called suicide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he do any dark ones?
Did he do dark?
Yeah, what's it called? Happy. Heal the world. Wow, MJ.
Yeah. So I had to look this one up. Susan Atkins was actually a disciple of Charles Manson. Ian actually had to look that one up. He didn't actually know it off the top of his head, which was very ashamed of being. Yeah.
Have fun at every age. Wow.
So,
amazing.
I'm super into these, man.
It's just, I'm not going to show you all of them, but there are so many.
I'm not going to show you all of them, and then you show us everything except.
I don't want to stop looking at them.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
Thriller Vader.
So good.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
This one,
Amazing.
there's a Basquiat.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
That's really good.
People would be surprised to know that I sew. I'm good at making Halloween outfits. I've made lions, spiders, princesses, Draculas, and pumpkins, mostly for my nieces and nephews. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Here's a nice like Jesus one about the Space Force budget and Silence of the Cats, and
oh my gosh.
it's
As he
gonna be a
proceeds to
nice.
show every single one to us.
I'm going through them
There
all
you go.
quickly because trying
Well,
to
how many of them are there?
50.
Holy shit.
How much
Yeah.
does his work normally go for?
About this or a little more, but I like this one, Stephen E. King. It's just we're all in this. Here's this one that says we're all in this together. It's got little Mickey Mouse. I mean, for the amount of work that he put in it, it's definitely more than $150.
Yeah.
And normally doesn't include a figure. So, I don't know. I just cool. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, those are cool.
amazing.
So, I don't know. We've been talking about making a zine with all of them. Been actually kind of threatening that with a lot of people. With Jason Chalker's like 24 Boba Fett paintings, and I don't know if it's affordable. We're always looking for free stuff to give away in packages that we send out every convention. So, if we can get zines,
that would be a good place to start, because if you do it black and white,
yeah. We'll
that
have a
would be
really great look to it.
relatively cheap.
And so there.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it, boys and girls.
That's fantastic.
That's a good
October
lineup this
8th.
year.
October 8th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We go live on Zoom and the store opens. All these things will be available. Everything is one per person on the first day, and then starting 10 a.m. on Friday, you can go to town and buy as many as you want. And those of you who want to actually, if you want the truck, you just buy it online and then log into the Zoom and say, hey, I want to choose my thing. And then we won't actually see you. Like you just text it, and then we'll start going through stuff. And just in the order that people ask, we'll start pulling them off the wall, putting your name on it. And I guess if you buy one and then you can't find one you like, we could send you a refund, but I'm sure we'll find something for you.
There's going to be a lot of just sort of the programming around doing this, because for those who don't know, I am the one that sort of pushes the buttons to make everything go live.
It's all
He's the puppet master.
I am.
Just pulls the strings.
And more for our own entertainment than anything, we're trying some new stuff. So there's going to be some interesting segments hosted by some of your favorite bootleggers.
It could go south.
Yeah, real quick. So, and also, if you missed out, or even if you didn't, and you just want to relive the last Dkeycon, DKE now has a YouTube channel.
DKE Toys TV.
Yep, DKE Toys TV has all of the interviews. Well, not all of, most of the interviews. There's a couple we weren't able to capture, but I think it's 23 of the interviews from the first one, including Mr. Scott Cherry. So go over there, subscribe, get warmed up for next week.
Nice.
If anyone needs
Those
more
turned
information,
out really good. Yeah.
If you go to DKE Toys, just click on the Dkeycon link. It's got a link to the store, a link to the Zoom. It's got a schedule. It's got all the information you need to know, all the details. If you have any questions beyond that, you can email us. But really, we put all the information on that one link on the site.
Eat More Toys would like to give a shout out to Crackit, Monster Forge, Turbo Pistola, and himself.
And Scott Cherry, apparently.
No, he just says, hi, Scott Cherry, love your work.
Oh, so it's not a shout out. It's just
No
That wasn't a shout out.
No shout out. Just a, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
well,
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
The last DKECon, when you guys did it, on Friday, how many items did you sell out the first night when you were doing limitations? Approximately.
We sold out of the Ron English and the Showdowns.
The Flat Bonnie.
Yeah. I don't know, like not not much, 5 or 6 things, and the first thing sold out about 15 or 20 minutes in.
Okay.
And I was happy about that, because what that means is that if you really want something and you are there when the store opens, you're going to be able to get what you want. And that's really the goal. And for that purpose, that's why we did a pre-order on 3 items that we thought might be high demand. And based on the pre-orders, we upped the numbers. So showdowns are going to go just from now on are going to be editions of 100. The Back to the Future will be 100, and the Peanuts will be 100, because there's just enough demand, and we want everyone to get what they want. The numbers, we just kind of learn and as we go. And when someone only makes 20 of something, they're making 20 because making 20 is a lot of work. But again, if I can tell them, hey, make 50, but if they don't sell, like that's a lot of time spent for something that didn't sell. I mean, that being said, we sell out of everything eventually. Like there's really no such thing as something that, we've released that is just sat around. Most things take about a year to sell out, to find their home. We cater to so many different tastes. There are people who like the puns and just the jokes. There are people who like more of the fine art. There are people who like the the naive kind of work. There are people who are vintage toy collectors who like references to that kind of stuff. Some people like girly stuff. Some people like pot references. Not everything we sell is for everybody. Like there's no person except for me that like buys one of everything. It's people find the thing that they like, and that's what's interesting about the scene is, when the Suck Lord started and then Killer Bootlegs came along, everyone like hated Killer Bootlegs, and they're like, screw that guy, he's ripping off the Suck Lord. It's like, well, now that you look at it and you see the nuances and you can see all of the different people, expressing themselves in the same medium, but they're all different. You can tell their work from across the room. They've all developed their own voices. It's not a competition really. It's it's just expanding. It's actually expanding the number of people that are in the scene. So it's like the more artists that come to the scene that express themselves in this medium, the more people come to the medium and start collecting the stuff. So it's really kind of a fantastic and exciting time for what we're doing here. So
awesome. Well, thank you, Dove.
Hashtag Dove Tangent.
Dove Tangent. Yeah, there's been a couple of chats in the room about you going off tangent.
Yeah, people are like, hey, Dove, like, what time is it? It's like, well, time started in the, it's like,
time is really a man-made thing.
Is Ian clipping his toenails behind you, Dove? It sounds like there's some heavy-duty foot manicuring going on in there.
Ian is cutting red paper clips. Ian is actually clipping red paper clips to go into all of Albert Reyes's figures.
I heard that and I was like, I'm like, it's gone past 20 now, so whoever's doing it is clipping someone else's toenails now.
Right. Because he's got to get to 50. And if you use a wire cutters in the middle on both ends, it kind of messes them up. So really on the paper clip, you can only get 2 lightsabers out of each paper clip, because however, the factory cuts the rubber on the outside and the metal is like really clean. So that'll be the tip, but the other part, when it gets crimped by the wire cutters, just kind of looks nasty. Dove Tangent number 53.
All right, we're going to end this thing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us
on the discussion of red paper clips.
Right. Thank you, Dove.
Thank you, guys.
With us, and they can get more information at
DKEtoys.com.
DKEtoys.com. Click on the Dkeycon link. It's got all the information there. It's got our email address. We're on Instagram at DKE Toys. You can DM me there if you have any questions. And then beyond that, dketoys@gmail.com for any and all inquiries. We're here.
Sweet. Well, thanks, everyone.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
We will see you guys at DKECon, I guess.
See you at DKECon.
Oh, A week from
Hey
Be there
there.
now.
all weekend.
Have a good
From
one.
today. All right. Take care, guys.